sorting out my tackle box for the new fishing season. I'm very excited. I am going through, getting rid of what I don't need, what I probably won't use, putting in the things I will use, going through my hook selection, going through my pole selection. That's the start of it. Restringing some poles. There's Olive's box. You outside, and it's a beautiful day. There's a little stream at the foot of the hill that runs out to a river that's loaded with fish. Anybody ready to do some fishing? So these are the poles and the reels that I run with for my main use. Now, I have lots of other options that I could use, but these are what my family has always used throughout the years, and they are all Shakespeare's. These actual three in the middle here are ugly sticks, and this is just a micro. You can see the size ratio of them all here. It's you know, smallest to biggest, and these are little teeny tiny inky dinkies all the way up to the two larger poles. These aren't ugly sticks. It's an alpha and a tiger spinning, but just because I wanted the larger size, and you can see these are actually 6-foot poles or whatever. So on all of these, except for the one reel, which is also a Shakespeare, I have Mitchell's. So these are Mitchell Garcia's. They're classic reel. There's two small ones, and then these three. Well, actually, I think these are the same model, and then this one's a mid-range on here. And they were a company that made really awesome reels. These reels are just, in my opinion, the best that you can get. And I was lucky enough to have a dad who collected reels my whole life. Family's serious fishing family, so we fished every part of California and Oregon and Washington and anywhere where there was water on the West Coast. I mean, we've gone after it. That was how I was raised in my childhood. So all of these spools pop off. You push the button and they're interchangeable. That's one nice thing about using, the little ones interchange and then the bigger ones interchange. And you can, switch them out for different size tests, of course, and have backups in your tackle box. So it's as quick as that. Push button and whoop, and they have little cases. Like I said, my dad's basically a mechanic to these things too. He has upwards of, I think, 40 that he's collected over time. So these were all gifted to me and my kids by him as our family grew. And this is the whole setup in it. Here's a quick example of how easy these little spools pop off of here. Just push the button, lift it off, and just like that, that could go in your tackle box to be stored, and you could switch it out, or we can simply reach up here to this one, which is what we're doing today. Ooh, it looks like that needs to be cleaned up in there. That's kind of like your firewall down into your gears. But for now, and you're ready. And so now that size string is on this pole. See how easy that is? Mitchell's. This is our gear today. Using my little mini Shakespeare ugly stick. And for now, just a Panther Martin. these new parts of the quest are, you know, still for sharing and for enjoyment vicariously and everything. But I am trying to go into the different parts of my past and my hobbies and stuff that I think are good to keep advocating for. I'm a meat eater, I'm not a vegetarian, and so I butchered my own animals since I was pretty young, and so I knew that eating a piece of meat required the death of an animal, and I make that choice. And it's not going to be a constant thing that we discuss in these videos, but since this is one of the first, you know, I'm not a hunter, although I do enjoy venison and family sends me caribou and stuff. I hunt fish, and that will probably be the limit unless we do some deep survival, and then might get to watch me eat a rat or something. But I've raised rats, I've known them personally as friends and people. I have a fish waiting for me at home on my dresser. I won't tell him that I'm eating one of his friends. The point being, I don't want the human population to lose the ability to go out and hunt and gather for itself. I don't want it to be lost as a hobby and a pastime for people who can enjoy it. It's a very healthy thing to be out there doing, and it's a reason to go out and experience all of this. So I think that's what I was trying to say. Okay, there are so many riffles in this river and big old pools. I think we're going to move up to the next one where the light is on it. I had to go back and get another lure. Now I got my little box with me. Not my big one, it's my little box. And yeah, each one of these calm spots in between the rapids. Where we're going to go. And on these rocks here, cast downstream by these big boulders, and then draw it back in the low deep spots and hope something comes out. If nothing else, we'll go up there by the big rocks and do it again. And keep the noise, visuals, and vibrations down. Kind of stalk in low, using the noise of the rapids. Absolutely. Nice drop right by that far edge. The water's going to sweep it downstream and arc over the deep spot. It looked like a little crawdad washed out into that area. That's where they sit and hunt. Oh, I thought I could hit, but it wasn't. Switch them up here. Dropped it right in front of that rock. Now we get to come across the deep hole. Boom, right by the end of it, do you see that? I love that. There you go. The most enjoyable that I can. Ooh, right at the bottom of the rapids, we'll have to go sideways. Ooh. There's two honest tugs right away, but it might have been the grass on the rocks. I think they cast up into the rapids. At the bottom, we'll drop it down. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I didn't get that one on film. I literally cast at the bottom of these rapids where you see all this beautiful green veg. We cast right out into here and just pulled a huge rainbow in. Like, no doubt. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Just wow. That was crazy. It's a little tired. Okay. It's been a while for me since I've had a license. I took a couple years off, and there's a lot of spots where you can't eat the fish in California, or different regulations, and it's nice to have a big old trout on the line. I think we're gonna work over here around the edge of the bushes where we haven't already given ourselves away. There's a little weed bed. I don't know if you can see that down there, but good underwater plants. So yeah. Well, it is what it is. Much like a hit right out of that reed bed. Saw his little face. No, he's not coming back. Look at this pool. It's all rapids up from where we caught the lower one. Look at it. Big glassy spots by huge boulders. We're at the bottom of another waterfall. It comes out in here. So I'm actually going to work around the top of it. And we'll kind of stand in these willows and shoot downstream so that the lure works real good. Pull it past all the little deep spots by the rocks. Yeah. See what I'm talking about here? We're going to cast right out in there. Right down there. This is all shallow. We're not spooking anything. We're going to cast over the shallows out into that deep. Look, river treasure. Cast right out into that stuff now and out into that pool. Standing on this rock. Whoa! we're gonna keep going because we got a little time. So I'm gonna use this little crawfish lure, and this little paddle on the front there makes it wiggle back and forth and go deep down. So I'm gonna try and use that to fight the current a little bit and give me a little more weight for casting. Oh, that one's definitely got more zig and zag and goes right for the bottom and kind of sticks in a singular slot right up the middle there. Plus, it's always good to switch your lures up if you've been over a zone, caught a fish, made a big disturbance. Make sure our eyes are all lined up here straight. Perfect cast across there. I've got the little crawdads swimming back to the shallows. They got washed out to the deep. And you can see that swimming through there. Try and literally bounce it off the back edge of that rock where you know there's a deep calm spot. Oh! Okay, just got one on. Big old beautiful, looks like a white bass. Look at that, gorgeous. One-handed, have to lay the pole there. And set you there. Hi. Look at that fish. That fish. Oh, yeah. Look at that fish. Yeah, there's next to my foot, 13-inch foot. Yeah, I am a happy camper. It's gotten a little cold out here. Whew. I love these little holes though. And my little live well for now. Still fighting. Over in the deep part for me. There you go. There's an inlet of fresh water there. Okay. Beautiful fish. Thank you, river. I think we're gonna let that one go. We already got a trout. Okay. Beautiful. So I was just thinking about this lure. In fact, it was the first lure I ever caught a huge striped bass on in Lake Mendocino in my kayak. And I dug out a picture of me and my friend on that trip. I'm always metal detecting at Lake Mendocino here in California. And when I'm walking around the shore, I always say I used to fish when this lake was more full up above me. But yeah, this lure. And then here I am with it now, still catching fish. Lucky lure. Thank you for coming with me on this little adventure. It's getting pretty late. We're going to be doing a lot more hunter-gathering, self-sustaining, surviving. It's one of my goals with doing this channel is to, help the population stay smart, learn new things myself. Share those experiences, and it's just good things to have on board. It's things that we all had that we lost. Share, and if we do share what we all know, the little bits that each of us know, and mix that all together, then maybe we can keep a lot of that knowledge preserved. And I'm gonna head back to the truck. It's actually farther downstream. This was my first fishing trip of the year, so needed to get the kinks out, and I think I have now. We had about 900 knots and snags, but getting there now, and yeah, for those of you who love the taste of a fresh trout with some lemon and butter, this was a good day. Okay. Fish on.